Welcome to our channel Confident, and today we are discussing about the topic atypical cervical vertebra, in which we are discussing today is first cervical vertebra, that means atlas. In this PPT I am sharing is only the certain points, and other point I will tell you about that in detail. And the first cervical vertebrae, they are known as the atlas. Before that I will tell something about the cervical vertebrae. There are total 7 cervical vertebrae in a total vertebral column, from 1 to 7 from above downward, and they are small in size when compared to the thoracic and lumbar vertebrae because they have to carry the less weight. They are identified by the presence of the foramen transversarium. It is a cardinal feature. You should have to identify that feature, that is foramen transversarium in all cervical vertebrae. Okay, and there are typical and atypical cervical vertebrae. 3 to 6 is typical vertebrae, and 1, 2 and 7 are atypical cervical vertebrae. Okay, today we are discussing about the topic first cervical vertebrae, that is atlas. And then we are concentrating our today's topic, that is first cervical vertebra. Okay, it is known as atlas because it supports the globe of head on its shoulder. According to Greek mythology, Atlas is a god who supports the globe of earth on its shoulder. Okay, and important features of the atlas that I am sharing in this PPT. They are ring shape, have no body and no spine. These are important features which have no bodily feature of the atlas. Atlas has, and the lateral masses are connected, that have right and left lateral masses which are connected by a short anterior arch and a long curved posterior arch. Okay, I will show you the picture, and this is the anterior arch that I make around, and this is the posterior arch. Okay, and the anterior arch is marked in a median plane by an anterior tubercle. You should see that anterior tubercle, and on its anterior aspect an oval facet on a posterior aspect for articulation with the dens of the second cervical vertebrae to form atlano-axial joint. There is a facet for dens. Okay, and to the facet of the dens atlano-axial joint to form, the odontoid process of the atlas will make joint with the facet of dens to form the atlano-axial joint, and in the median plane. And speaking about the posterior arch, it forms the 2/5 of the ring, and the median plane consists of the posterior tubercle. In the posterior arch, there is a groove for vertebral artery and first cervical nerve, and through this groove the vertebral artery moves and enters into the foramen magnum to continues as the intracranial part of the vertebral artery. What the topic in lateral mass, and lateral mass present the following features, that means to have a superior articulating facet and inferior articulating facet, and this is the shortest way you should understand how the superior articulating facet is oriented. That is, superior articulating facet is concave, elongated and directed upward and medially, and in this picture I will show you, this is a kidney shaped superior articulating facet which is concave and elongated and directed upward and medially, which form occipital condyle, which form joint with occipital condyles of the occipital bone to form atlano-occipital joint. Okay, and the inferior articulating facet is flat and circular and directed downward, medially and backward, and form atlano-axial joint with the superior articulating facet of the second vertebrae, that is axis. Okay, and this is atlas and axis. Okay, and medial surface of the lateral mass have a transverse, means there is a roughened area to which the transverse ligament of the atlas are present, and speaking of the transverse process are projected laterally from the lateral mass. And this is the most important feature of the atlas vertebra is the absence of its body, and the body is absent because during the development of the centrum of the first cervical vertebra get fused with the centrum of the axis to form the dens. Thus, dens of the axis vertebra represent the body of the atlas vertebra, and in an articulated position, that is, the odontoid process will come in contact with the facet of the dens, and this is the facet of the dens, and this is the odontoid process, and the odontoid process will represent as the body of the considered as the body of the atlas vertebra. In short, these are the features which are unique for cervical vertebra, that is absence of the body, absence of the spine, have a long transverse process, and superior articulated facets are concave and elongated, and inferior facets are more or less circular. Okay, this is all about this atlas vertebra, and thank you for watching and listening my lecture, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon, and when you press the bell icon and put the all icon, so you can get all the videos that I am uploading. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you.